Hello everyone. So, how are you all? I hope everyone is fine and all you are doing is good. Okay, I am also fine. Thank you for asking. Okay, so today's chapter, what we are going to start is you can see this chapter name time value of money. So this chapter is very important. Very important from the examination point of view because this chapter consists of 14 marks, 12 or 14 marks. Okay, this chapter is very important. So guys, in this chapter we have two topics, but I have separated this chapter into two chapters. I have separated this one chapter, time value of money, into two chapters. First chapter will be, I had separated this time value of money in two chapters. First chapter is simple interest and compound interest. Another chapter I have is annuity. Okay. I had separated this time value of money chapter into two chapters. So I won't say this time value of money. I will not say time value of money. We will study as a one chapter simple interest, compound interest. Next chapter annuity. Okay, because simple interest, compound interest, it is for both CA and CMA both, but for annuity is only for CA students. So guys, CA student, this chapter consists of 6 marks or 7 marks, means 12 to 14 marks these two chapters will consist. And mostly, not mostly, the 90%, 95% student will get trouble in this chapter only. Now you will ask why. So this is simple interest, compound interest, very easy. No. It's look like a easy, but it is not that much easy. Okay. Here the mostly the student will face difficulty in this compound interest and annuity. Okay. Now the annuity, where in the annuity, where the student will feel difficulty. In the compound interest, where the student will feel difficulty. The student will feel difficulty in when they will see the questions. After seeing the question, they will not understand like when we have to apply which formula. When we have to apply which formula. So there the student will get trouble. There the student will get stuck. Oh. Okay. Because in annuity we have a different type, future value, present value in that also. So that's why the student, the main biggest problem, the biggest confusion here the student will arise that which formula we have to apply when. Okay, when we have to apply the which formula. So that's why in simple interest, compound interest and the annuity, these two chapter is very important from the examination point of view. You can score a biggest number here, but the thing is you have to be very clear with the concept. Okay, so I will be teaching you from a beginning, means I will be teaching you this first simple interest, compound interest, this chapter, then the next chapter annuity, because annuity is nothing but it is related with this. So if you have understood this, if you will understand this simple interest, compound interest, annuity will be very much easy. Okay, fine. So we will move on for this chapter. See, I will not write simple this time value of money. I will write simple interest, compound interest, then I will write annuity. Okay, I will not write that time value of money. So we are going to do the chapter. Okay. Yeah. Chapter name is Simple Interest. Simple interest and compound interest. Okay, this chapter, the new chapter, simple interest and compound interest. Okay, so this is the one chapter, simple interest and compound interest. from this chapter 6 to 7 marks. Very important. Okay. Now we will start from beginning, because if you know the beginning, means if you know the basic, it will be going to easy, very much easy. Because see, what is that student will face the difficulty that in annuity which formula we have to apply when. So the very simple reason is, if you know the concept, this concept very easy. If you know the concept properly, then it will become very much easy for you to apply the formula over there. Okay, so we will start from a beginning. So the simple interest and compound interest is nothing but a part of interest. Okay, so the first topic is interest. The first topic is interest. Okay, so yeah, the first topic is interest. So what do you mean by interest? See guys, this is not an interest that you will get when you will see the boy, oh, boy is passing, or when you will see the girl is passing, oh, good girl. A girl will see, oh boy, looking hot, looking crazy. Okay, so not that interest. Okay, if I will ask what is the interest, sir, interest we got in boy or we got in a girl, that is an interest, sir. Not, that is not an interest. Okay, that is a different thing. So interest, here we will talk about the interest is upon the money. Okay, now what is the interest? Interest is nothing but, suppose you have borrowed a money from someone. You had borrowed a money from someone. Then you have to return the money. Right, then you have to return the money. So if you had borrowed, suppose bank, if you had borrowed the money from the bank, if you borrowed the money from a bank, suppose you borrowed a 2 lakh rupees from bank. So in return, you are not going to return the 2 lakh rupees. Okay, you have to return the extra amount. So that extra amount is the interest. Okay, that extra amount is the interest. What is the interest? Interest means the extra money or the extra amount what you have to paid on the borrowed money. Okay, because they see, we know when we will take the, like everyone knows about the loan, right? When we will take the loan from the bank, if you took the 2 lakh rupees loan from the bank, then we know that we should not have to return the 2 lakh. Okay, that is the loan amount, principal. That we should not have to return 2 lakh. We should have to return with interest. Right? We will say, na, okay, bank has given you the loan. How much interest they took? Right? So 8% interest, 10% interest. So that is the interest. Suppose you had given the money to someone. Then he will say that, okay, this much amount of money I will return you after whatever 2 years or after 1 year. So you will say, okay, fine, you will return me after 1 year. So pay me a 5% interest. Means that person, suppose you have, that person is took the 1 lakh rupees from you and you have asked him for a 10% interest. So he will return your 1 lakh. He has took the 1 lakh rupees from you. So he will return you the 1 lakh rupees. But with that 1 lakh rupees, 10% interest with that extra amount he will also return. Means 10% means 10,000. Yeah. Means he is going to return you 1,10,000. 1,10,000. So that extra 10,000 is the interest. Okay, so interest is what? The extra amount or the extra money what you are paying for the money what you have borrowed. Means whatever the money you have borrowed, so when you are giving back the borrowed money, so you are not just returning the borrowed money. Suppose you have took the 2 lakh rupees from the bank, so you are not, that is a borrowed money because you have borrowed. So 2 lakh rupees what you have taken from the bank means the 2 lakh rupees what you have borrowed from the bank. So you are not going to return the just 2 lakh rupees. No, you are not going to just return the 2 lakh rupees. You have to return the 2 lakh rupees with some interest. Means that extra amount you have to return the 2 lakh rupees, but with some extra amount. That extra amount is called the interest. I hope everyone understand the meaning of interest. Okay. Interest is what? The money what you have borrowed for a particular period. Suppose for 1 year, 2 years, half month, whatever it will be. The money whatever you have borrowed for a particular period, whenever you have to return the money, whenever the time will finish and you have to return the money, you are not simply returning the money. You are giving some extra money also. That is called is interest. Means you are paying the borrowed money with some interest. We know everyone. They will ask, okay, he has given you the money. How much interest he took? Right? So that is the interest. So the meaning of interest is that. Okay. We know interest is what? Interest is the charge paid for the use of borrowed money. Interest is what? Interest will say the charge paid for the use of borrowed money. You have borrowed the money, now you have to pay the charge. Interest is what? It is the charge paid for the borrowed money. For the borrowed money. Means it is the charge paid. You have to pay the charge. Means you have to pay the extra amount. You have to pay the charge. Charge paid for the borrowed money. Means the money what you have borrowed. The money what you have borrowed, for that you have to pay the charge. Means extra amount of the money you have to give. That is interest. As I have told you, you will take the loan from the bank, then you have to return the loan with some amount of interest. So interest is you have to pay the charge for the borrowed money. So means suppose you have borrowed the 2 lakh rupees, you are not going to give the 2 lakh. You have to pay the 2 lakh, but with that 2 lakh some extra amount of your money you have to pay. That extra amount, interest. Okay. So what is the interest we have seen? Interest is the charge paid for the use of borrowed money. It is a charge paid for the use of borrowed money. You borrowed the money. While returning the money, you have to pay the charge because you have borrowed. So some interest will be there. Extra money you have to pay. That is the interest. So in interest, the two person will be there, or the two parties. The two person will be there. One who is giving the money, other who is receiving the money. Right? Suppose I am in a need of money and I will go for a bank. So who is giving me the money? The bank is giving the money and I am taking the money. So here two person will work. One who will give the money, other who will take the money. Okay, so one who will give the money is the who? Is the creditor. Another who will borrow the money is the borrower or debitor. Okay. So that is the thing in interest. So suppose one person is there, to another person, he is giving the money. This person, the person 1 is giving the money to person 2. This person 1 is giving the money to person 2. So person 1 is lender. Means the lender means it will give the money, and who will take the money? That name is borrower. Sorry. BOROWER. Borrower. Okay. So here we will talk about the two person. One who will give the money, other who will take the money. So the person who will give the money is lender, or we will call it as a creditor. Okay, lender or creditor. Because why? Because he will give the money. So lender or creditor, we will say to that person who will give the money. And who will take the money? Obviously borrower and debitor. Borrower and debitor. Okay. So See, this we have this we have studied in the class 7th standard, 7th, 8th, right? This interest and all. Interest is what? Simple interest formula is equal to principal into rate into time by 100. Like simple interest equal to P into R into T by 100, right? So let's focus on this. First we have studied about the interest. Interest is nothing but you have to pay the charge. You have to pay the extra amount. Charge means you have to pay the extra amount for the money borrowed. Whatever the money you have borrowed, while returning that money, you have to pay some extra charge. You have to pay some extra amount. So that extra amount what you are paying, that is the interest. What the extra amount you are paying from the borrowed money, that is the interest. Keep in your mind, that is the interest. So here every time it will be between two persons. One person will give the money, other person will take the money. One person is giving the money, other person is taking the money. So the person who will give the money, is called lender, or it will call creditor, because the person who is giving the money. Suppose I am giving the money to one person. So whom I am giving the money? So I will be the lender or I will be the creditor. Why? Because I am giving the money. So those who is giving the money, it will be lender or creditor. And those who is taking the money, this person who is taking the money, it will be a borrower or debtor. Okay. Pause this video and copy it down. Okay, fine. Before copying, we can do it here also. Fine. See, what we are giving means what we are giving or the other person is taking. What it is? Amount, the money. Right. Suppose I took the loan of 2 lakh rupees from the bank. So what I took the money from the bank. Okay. So I suppose I want 2 lakh rupees. I went to the bank. I asked them that give me the 2 lakh rupees. Okay. So the bank has given me the 2 lakh rupees. So I took the 2 lakh. Now bank is what? Lender or creditor, because bank is giving me and I am taking. So I will be the borrower or debtor. So what I am taking from bank, I am taking money. So whatever the money we are taking from the bank, that is nothing but a principal. That is nothing but the principal. That is denoted by P. Principal is what? The amount of money borrowed. How much amount of money you have borrowed, that is a principal. Or you can say the amount of money has given. So that much amount of money is called the principal. Okay. How much amount of money you are taking or how much amount of money you are giving to anyone, that is a principal. Second is, we will take the money for a limited period of time. Right, we will ask, as I have told you, I went to the bank, I want 2 lakh rupees, the bank has given me the 2 lakh rupees. So the amount what I have took from the bank, that is the principal P. So I will take the amount from the bank and I will say some period, like after 2 years I will return, or after 3 years I will return. So that period of time, for what the period of time I am taking the money, that is called a time period. Means after this time period I am going to return the money. So that is denoted by time period by T. And obviously we know, if bank is giving money to you, he will put some interest. Interest means whatever the principal I am taking, means whatever the amount I am taking, I have to return that amount, with that the extra charge. With that I have to pay the extra charge. That extra charge is interest. Guys, the whole money what I am paying, that is not the interest. Only the extra charges what I am paying, that is the interest. Okay. So now he will give some with the rate of interest. That is R. Okay. Fine. So principal, time period, rate of interest. These three you have to remember, and these three we have studied We are studying from class 7th. Okay, principal means, see this, here we can say, suppose this is a bank, this is a bank, and this is me. Okay, so I went to the bank, I asked the bank, give me a loan. So bank has given me what? Loan. Or you can say the bank has given me the money. Okay, so bank has given me the loan. So bank is given means who is given. Sorry, means who is giving. Who is giving? That is a lender, or it is called as creditor. Who is taking? It is called a borrower, or it is called a debtor. So bank is giving, so bank will be a lender or creditor. I am taking, so I will be a borrower or I will be a debtor. Okay, clear? Now what the thing is, bank is giving me what? Loan. Bank is giving me loan, but bank is giving me loan in what? Money, in the form of money, in the form of money. So bank is giving me a money. That money is nothing but a principal. Bank is giving me principal, not the principal of your college and school. Don't think that, oh, bank will give the principal only. No, bank will give the principal. Okay, so principal, this principal means how much amount the bank is giving. Okay, so bank has given the money to me. Bank has given the money to me. That money, you can say that bank has given loan to me, or bank has given some amount of money to me, or bank has given the principal to me. Okay, all the thing is called as principal. Means how much amount I am borrowing, that is the principal. Or how much amount I am giving to someone else. If someone else is in needy, and if he came to me and he asked the money, so I will give the money. So the amount of, how much amount of money I am giving to him, that is the principal. Or suppose I am borrowing, so how much amount of money I am borrowing, that is a principal. How much amount of money I am borrowing, that is a principal. Or if someone is asking, so how much amount of money I am giving, how much amount of money I am giving to that person. So that amount of money, that is a principal. Okay, so bank has given me certain amount of money, means the bank has given me the principal. That amount is the principal. Suppose bank has given 10 lakh rupees to me, so that 10 lakh is principal. And I ask the bank that I will return you after 3 years. I will return you after 3 years. So that is a time period T. So bank will say, okay, you have took the 10 lakh rupees, the principal from me, and you are going to return after the 3 years time period. So I will give you with a rate of interest, 10% rate of interest. So that is R. R is what? Rate of interest of 10%. So bank will say, okay, I will put one rate of interest. All we know, right? We used to ask how much percent the bank took. So with a 10% interest, that R, the bank will give you. So I hope everyone understood up to here. If you even have the doubt, you can ask in the comment section. So pause it and copy it down. Okay, so here what we can see here is, okay, fine, I'll rub it. Now what we have to find? We have to find the interest. Now what we have to find? We have to find the interest, like how much extra amount I am paying. See guys, as I have told you, how much I borrowed from bank. I borrowed the 10 lakh rupees from bank. I borrowed 10 lakh rupees from bank. So this is what? The money what I have borrowed, or the money what I have took from the bank, that is the principal, for a 3 years. After 3 years I will return. That is the time period. So bank will say that, okay, I am going to put you a 10% rate of interest. So that is a rate of interest. So what I am going to find here is how much interest I have to pay, because after 3 years, I have to return this 10 lakh rupees. That is a surety. That is 110%. I have to return that 10 lakh rupees. Okay, that is done. after 3 years I am going to return this 10 lakh rupees. But after applying this rate of interest, how much extra charge I have to pay for this 10 lakh rupees? How much extra charge? So guys, what is the extra charge? Very good. Extra charge is the interest. Very good. So means I took a principal of 10 lakh from the bank for 3 years time period with a rate of interest 10%. So after 3 years, I am going to return this 10 lakh rupees to bank. After 3 years, I am going to return this 10 lakh rupees to bank. But bank will not accept only the 10 lakh rupees. Bank will say, what according to this rate of interest, you have to pay the extra charge for 10 lakh rupees. You have to pay the extra charge for 10 lakh rupees. That extra charge is the interest. Very good. And we know the formula of interest. The interest is principal into rate into time by 100. P into R into T by 100. This is the interest. P into R into T by 100. We have studied, guys. Everyone has remained. Everyone in your mind, Mentos, दिमाग की बत्ती जला दे. Everyone got this formula? P into R into T by 100. So here you will get the some amount of money, the extra amount of money we will get here. Suppose the interest will become principal. Principal is 10 lakh. Rate of interest is 10%. Time is 3 year by 100. So this will get cancelled. This will get cancelled. So interest is 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. Means 3 lakh is the interest we have to pay after 3 years. How much you are paying the interest is 3 lakh. 3 lakh interest means 3 lakh is the extra charge you are paying. 3 lakh is the extra charge you are paying to the bank. So this is called the interest for this 10 lakh rupees. I borrowed the 10 lakh rupees from a bank. I told that I will pay you after 3 years. So bank will say that, okay, pay me after 3 years the 10 lakh rupees, but you have to pay with a rate of interest of 10%. So I have to, after 3 years, I went to the bank and I told that, okay, take your 10 lakh rupees what I have borrowed from you, take 10 lakh rupees. So take this 10 lakh rupees what I have borrowed. I return the 10 lakh rupees. But the bank will say that, pay me the extra charge. Pay me the extra charge for 10 lakh rupees what you have used for 3 years with a rate of 10% interest. Pay me the extra charge. Means extra charge means, guys, what? Interest. Very good. You have to pay the extra charge. 10 lakh I took, I paid 10 lakh. But I have to pay the extra charge for that 10 lakh rupees with a 10% interest. So here I am going to find the extra charge means interest. I am going to find the interest. Interest formula we know, P into R into T by 100. Principal into rate of interest into time by 100. We will apply the values. We will substitute the values here. We got the interest is 3 lakh. Means in 10 lakh rupees after 3 years with a 10% interest, we have to pay extra charge of 3 lakh rupees. Means we have took the 10 lakh from bank, but while returning we are paying the 10 lakh with 3 lakh extra charges. Understand? We took the principal amount 10 lakh, while returning we are giving them the 10 lakh rupees. But with that we have to give this also extra charge 3 lakh rupees. So this the extra charge is called as interest. Okay, I hope everyone understand the interest meaning. In that 10 lakh rupees you have to pay the extra charges. This is the extra charge, 3 lakh rupees. Okay, so guys, see what will happen. The principal I took, I had given the principal with interest. Means I took the principal, means the amount what I have took from the bank. Okay, I have, see, from the bank I took this principal. Right, from the bank I took this principal. But while returning I have to return principal plus with this extra charge, means the interest. Principal plus interest. So that, guys, that is the formula, means you have to pay the amount. This is the formula for amount. It's a very important formula. Formula for finding the amount. What is the formula for finding the amount? Amount formula is the principal money, the principal what you have took or what you have borrowed, the principal, with that what is the extra charges, means what is the interest you are paying. As I have told you, I had borrowed the 10 lakh rupees from the bank. After 3 years, I am giving 10 lakh what I had borrowed, but some extra charge for that 10 lakh rupees. So extra charge for that 10 lakh rupees. So that is interest. Means while returning, you are giving the principal amount, how much you have borrowed, plus the extra charge, means the interest. So principal amount, how much you have borrowed, plus the interest what you have to pay, that is equals to the amount. That is equals to amount. Okay, this is the formula. Guys, very important thing. See, whenever you will be doing the sum, okay, of this simple interest, compound interest or annuity, there they will not say that the principal is this, okay, interest is this, amount is this. They won't say. They will not say, guys. You have to identify which is principal, which is interest, which is amount. Now the thing you will ask, sir, how to identify which is principal, which is interest, which is amount. So I am going to give you a very important trick by which you can easily understand. See guys, this is the principal. This is a very important trick, guys. By seeing the question, you will get to know, okay, this is the principal, this will be the interest, this will be the amount. By seeing the question, you will get to know. Now how? See here. If this is the principal, if P is the principal, so every time the principal is greater than interest, the principal is greater than interest, you can check it out. The principal is greater than interest. Why the principal will be greater than interest? Because you have borrowed the 10 lakh, the principal amount. You have to return the 10 lakh with some extra charges. Okay, suppose you borrowed the 10 lakh, the principal. You are not going to pay the principal of 12 lakh. Right, you have borrowed 10 lakh. So I will say I had borrowed the 10 lakh. I will pay the 10 lakh. That is the principal. Okay, extra charge I will pay. So every time the interest will be smaller than principal. The extra charges will be not than more. See, the principal we had borrowed is 10 lakh, but the extra charges, the interest I am paying is 3 lakh. So obviously the interest value, whatever the principal value, interest value is less than the principal value. Guys, remember this trick. This trick I will tell you how to apply in the questions. Whenever we will be doing solving the exercise in the upcoming videos, when we will be solving the exercise, that time I will tell you. Okay. So principal, every time the interest is less than the principal, if the two values given, so one will be your principal, other the lesser value is your interest. Okay, so principal, every time the principal is greater than interest, so you can say the interest is smaller than principal and principal is smaller than amount. Guys, principal is smaller than amount. How the principal is smaller than amount? You can see principal plus interest is equal to amount. So for this question, how much you have to return? You have to return is principal with the principal amount. You have to return the 10 lakh rupees plus the interest extra 3 lakh rupees. Means 10 plus 3, 13 lakh rupees you have to return. So this is the total amount. You can see the principal, the interest and the amount. So obviously the interest is smaller than principal and principal is smaller than amount. Amount is the summation of principal plus interest. Means how much money you are returning in total. How much money you are returning in total. That is the amount. So how much money you have borrowed, that much money you are returning. So money you have borrowed, that is the principal. How much money you have borrowed. Okay. So while returning, you have to return that principal money, principal amount. With that, you have to pay the extra charges for that principal. Extra charges means you have to pay the interest. Means while returning, you have to pay the principal what you have took. with that the extra charge interest. So principal you are paying with interest, that is amount. So amount is principal plus interest. So obviously the amount will be greater than principal, amount will be greater than interest. Okay, so amount will be greater than this principal, amount will be greater than interest, and interest will be smaller than principal, smaller than amount. So here by this trick you can identify principal every time, whatever the given principal and interest. So principal will be greater than interest, larger value will be your principal, smaller value will be your interest. Here amount and principal will be given, so amount will be a larger value, smaller value will be your principal. So remember this concept I will tell you while doing the sum. Okay, this is one example I had given you how to find the interest and how to find the amount. Okay, how to find the interest, how to find the amount, and what is principal, what is time period, what is rate of interest. So copy it down, pause it and copy it down just. Okay, now in that we have talked about interest. What is the formula for interest? P into R into T by 100. P into R into T by 100. Okay, we have talked about the interest. What is the interest? Interest is nothing but the extra charges what you are paying for the principal, what means borrowed money. Extra charges you are paying for the borrowed money. Extra charges you are paying for the borrowed money, that is nothing but the interest. Whatever the extra charges you are paying for the borrowed money, that is the interest. Okay, we have seen the formula for interest. See, interest, from interest we have a two parts, or we can say two types of interest. Okay, we have seen the interest. We have seen interest is of two types. First is simple interest, another is compound interest. Simple interest, another is compound interest. Simple interest also we can say SI, compound interest CI. Okay, simple interest SI, compound interest CI. Now what is the difference between simple interest and compound interest? Can anyone say me what is the difference between simple interest and compound interest? Everyone will say yes sir, we can say simple interest is the interest which is simple, compound interest is the interest which is compound. You will get the marks. See, actually when I was in like 5th standard, 6th standard, the question used to come like this only. To define simple interest for the mathematics. Define simple interest. I used to write the interest which is simple is called simple interest. Even the teacher will give the 1 marks. Okay. There I remember the physics. Okay. In the physics the question came is what is hard magnet? In physics we used to study the magnet, right? North pole, south pole, okay, electric field, magnetic field. So they asked is define hard magnet. So I have written the magnet which is hard in nature is called hard magnet. Okay, and they had given me the 1 marks. So we used to write like that. So I will ask what is simple interest? Sir, the interest which is simple interest. What is compound interest? Sir, the interest which is compound interest. That also you don't know. Right, you will say like that. No, it's not like that. Now see from the name itself, I hope everyone understood about the interest. Now you will see about the simple interest and the compound interest. See, simple interest is that interest. In a simple example, I will give you one example and that's it, you will understand. Okay, suppose you have taken you had borrowed a money. Suppose you had borrowed a money for 3 years. Okay, suppose you borrowed a money for 3 years. So this is the first year, this is the second year, this is the third year. So for here also you have borrowed the money for 3 years, first year, second year, third year. It is not your degree, the first year, second year, third year. Okay. Now everyone understand, everyone see, because this interest, simple interest, compound interest, understand these two topic, then this chapter will over. We have a 3 formula in simple interest. We have a almost 4 or 5 formula in compound interest. The chapter finished. Okay. So then we will do the sums on this simple interest and compound interest. Almost I think so 25-30 sums we will do on this simple interest and compound interest, and that all 25-30 sums is related to examination or the important questions we will do. Okay. So just understand the concept. In today's class, I am teaching you only the concept for this all interest. Then interest there are 2 types: simple interest, compound interest. Okay, because this chapter is simple interest and compound interest. When we will moving for next chapter annuity, that time I will be teaching you annuity. Okay. So simple interest. Suppose as I have told you, you had borrowed the money for 3 years. You had borrowed the money for 3 years. So the money what you had borrowed, what we will call it as? Very good. The principal. The money what we had borrowed, that money is principal. We had borrowed the money, means we had borrowed the money, means we will call it the principal. Principal with this time period, certain time period, and some rate of interest. We had borrowed a money, principal, for a certain this time period, 3 years time period, with certain rate of interest. Okay. Now when you have borrowed this, you have to pay the interest. You have to pay the interest. Okay, you have to pay the interest after every year. You have to pay the interest after every year. Okay. So what we will do, as we know the formula of interest, P into T into R by 100. Guys, the formula of interest what I have given you, means what I had already given, is P into R into T by 100. I will write it here. I will rub this. The interest formula what I had given is P into R into T by 100. Okay, this is the interest formula, P into R into T by 100. Guys, this is the same formula for simple interest also, because interest and simple interest both are nothing but both are same. Okay, this is the formula for simple interest also, P into R into T by 100. So we have PTR. What we will find? This is the first year. So principal for first year, time for first year, and then rate of interest for first year. So we will find the interest for first year. We will find the interest for first year. We will apply this formula, P into R into T by 100. We will find some interest for first year. Okay, then we will get the amount for first year. Amount for first year means principal for first year plus interest for first year. We will get the amount for first year. When we will go for second year, then this principal will remain same. Okay, the P1 principal will remain same as the P2. Means the first year principal will remain same as the second year principal. Means whatever the principal we have took in the first year, the same principal we have to take for the second year. The same principal will come for the third year. Principal 1 equals principal 2 equals principal 3. Suppose if you took a 2 lakh rupees, 2 lakh rupees for the first year, the principal is 2 lakh rupees. Second year the principal will be same, 2 lakh rupees. The third year principal will be same, 2 lakh rupees. So this is a simple interest. What we understand from the simple interest, that each and every year the principal remain same. The principal for first year is 2 lakh. The principal for second year is same 2 lakh. The principal for third year is same 2 lakh. Means the principal for each year remains same. This is the simple interest. How we will understand this? This is a simple interest. We will see the principal. The principal for each year will remain same for the simple interest. What is the thing we will see for the simple interest? The simple thing is principal. In the simple interest, the principal will remain same for the each year. Principal will remain same for the each year. Okay. Simple interest formula is what? Simple interest formula is P into R into T by 100. P into R into T by 100. So what we get to know from the simple interest? We get to know from simple interest is principal. Each year the principal will remain same. Each year the principal will remain same. Simple interest means every year this principal will remain same. This is the simple interest. But when we will come for the compound interest, I see compound interest for the first year principal is P1, time is T1, rate is R1. So what is the interest? Interest is same, I1, and amount is A1. Right, amount A1 is what? P1 plus I1. That is the amount A1, principal plus interest. Now when we will come for second year, second year principal is nothing but first year amount. First year amount is the second year principal. Then it will become for this second year time 2. So here also same, the rate, the interest, and we'll get the amount. For second year we'll get the amount. Okay, this is for the first year amount. See, the first year principal and the second year principal will get totally changed, because the first year principal is P1, but the second year principal is what? Amount. Amount of first year is the principal of second year. Then what is the principal for third year? Principal for third year means same, guys. Amount for second year. Principal for fourth year means amount for third year. Okay. So it is like that only. Compound interest. In compound interest, what we have seen, guys? In compound interest, we have seen that principal keeps on changing every year. Principal keep on changing every year. Here we can see the principal is P1, but here the P2 is what? This amount. P3 is what? This amount. And we know amount is what? Principal plus interest is the amount. Okay, so in compound interest, what we have seen, guys? Compound interest, we have seen that each and every year the principal keeps on changing. Each and every year the principal keeps on changing for the compound interest. I hope everyone understand. So once again I will say you, in simple interest, each and every year the principal remains same. In simple interest, each and every year the principal remains same. But in compound interest, each and every year the principal keep on changing. Each and every year the principal keep on changing. So this is the difference between simple interest and compound interest. Okay. So still no need of writing this. I will give you a proper notes for this. Previous you have to write. Previous what I have given with that example you have to write. But for this slide, means for this notes, just now don't write anything. Okay, I will tell you how to write. Just write this interest, simple interest SI, interest of two types, compound interest CI. Okay, just write down this much and write this here. Simple interest formula is same, P into R into T by 100. Simple interest formula is nothing but the interest formula, because interest and simple interest both are same. Okay, still if you have a doubt and still you have like, oh, how to remember the simple interest and compound interest, I will, for remembering the concept for simple interest and compound interest, I will give you a small example. I will give you. See, the small example is for the simple interest. What we know, simple interest means each and every year the principal remains same. Each and every year the principal remains same. Means if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, so each and every year you have a same boyfriend, or each and every year you have a same girlfriend. That is a simple interest. Your life is in simple. Okay, if you are in 4 year of relationship, all the 4 year your girlfriend remains same, all the 4 year your boyfriend remains same. Okay, means each and every year your girlfriend is same, or each and every year your boyfriend is same. So that is a simple interest. Each and every year the principal remains same. So each and every year your boyfriend is same, each and every year your girlfriend is same. This is a simple interest. This is an aam zindagi. Now I will show you the Mentos zindagi. Okay, in life, in ad we used to see na, ये है आम जिंदगी और ये है Mentos zindagi. Okay, so simple interest is each and every year the principal remains same. So each and how many years you have to, all the principal are same. So in that only, how many years of relationship you have, every year you have a same girlfriend or every year you have a same boyfriend. This is a simple interest, aam zindagi. Okay, now compound interest, Mentos zindagi. Compound interest, what you are getting? Each and every year you are changing your boyfriend, or each and every year you are changing your girlfriend. So that is a compound interest. Okay, compound interest means each and every year the principal keeps on changing. Each and every year the principal keeps on changing. So it's like a same. Each and every year your boyfriend is changing, or each and every year your girlfriend is changing. That is a compound interest, the Mentos zindagi. You are compounding. First year one girlfriend, change. Next year next girlfriend, change. Third year third girlfriend, change, like that. How many years you are in relationship, or each and every year you are changing the girl? That is a compound interest. Okay, each and every year you are changing your favorite person. That is a compound interest. Don't learn like that in your home when you will be studying in your home. Simple interest means each and every year I will keep the girlfriend same. That is a simple interest. Compound interest means each and every year I will keep on changing the girlfriend. That is a compound interest. One slap will come from your, you'll be like, your parents will. What you are learning, from where you are learning this example? Your parents will say. The next year you will be out of your house. Okay, parents will say, I don't want you go. Okay, then you will be commenting, sir, we have studied, we have learned the example from you, now we are out of the house. Means really your example worked. Okay. So don't remember like that. Simple interest means simple interest means each and every year my girlfriend is same. Compound interest, each and every year my girlfriend, I will keep on changing the girlfriend. No, that is for your remembering. Okay, so simple interest, each and every year the principal remains same. Compound interest, each and every year your principal keeps on changing. Okay, now guys, as I have told you, the simple interest we have a formula, and the compound interest also we have a formula. See, the simple interest, the first formula for simple interest is, this is the first formula for simple interest, that is P into R into T by 100. Okay, this is the formula for simple interest. The first formula for simple interest, when principal, rate and time is given, to find the simple interest, P into R into T by 100. Okay, this is the first formula. Now we will go on for second formula. See guys, second formula and the third formula. Second formula and the third formula for simple interest is little conceptual. You have to remember the concept. Okay, you have to remember the concept. Now for the second, if we have a two amount is given, suppose that given the amount 1 for this much time period, amount 2 for this much time period. Okay, suppose they had given amount is 5,000 for 3 years and another amount is 8,000 for 5 years. Means we have a two amount with 2 time period. Guys, remember, keep this concept in your mind whenever in the question they had given. Guys, see, the question is simple. If you have to find the simple interest, in the question it will be written simple interest. Read the question, simple interest. This you have to apply the formula for simple interest. When we are doing the compound interest, in that the question it will be written the compound interest. Okay, so don't worry about that. Oh, where I have to apply the simple interest, where I have to apply the compound interest. No, read the question. When we will be doing, I will tell you. Okay, after reading the question, we'll get to know, okay, this is a simple interest. Or if they will write interest, means it is a simple interest question. Okay, compound interest, they will write compound interest. So that will be a compound interest question. Okay, so read the question. If it is the interest or simple interest, means it is a simple interest question. If it is a question, it is a compound interest, it is a compound interest question. Okay. So guys, this here, be careful in the question. If in the question, if you have a 2 amount and 2 time period is given. Okay, in the question, if 2 amount is given and 2 time period is given. Okay, just understand the concept. Next video, we are going to do the, as I have told you, 25-30 sums, almost 30 sums. Keep it at 30 sums. 30 sums we will do from this chapter, simple interest and compound interest. This chapter we are going to do 30 sums, 30-35 sums. Okay, that all is an important examination point of view and all other important questions from examination aspects. Okay, so guys, here, if in the question, just remember the concept. When we will be doing the question, that time I will tell you. If in the question 2 amount is given, if in the question 2 amount is given and 2 time period is given. Okay, if in the question, while reading the question, you will see that, okay, we have a 2 amount is given and 2 time period is given. How to find the rate of interest? This question is for finding the rate of interest. Okay, if in the question 2 amount is given and 2 time period is given, how to find the rate of interest? How to find the rate of interest? So formula will be amount 1 minus amount 2. Okay, amount 1 minus amount 2 divided by amount 1 time 2 minus amount 2 time 1, and the rate of interest means 100%, because rate of interest is what? It is a percent. Rate of interest is in percent. So you have to multiply with 100. You will get in percent. So guys, first formula for simple interest is P into R into T by 100. That we know. Second formula is, if in a question we have a 2 amount is given in a question and 2 time period. 2 amount is given in the question and 2 time period is given in the question. Means 2 amount is given and 2 time is given in the questions. 2 time period. So that time, for finding the rate of interest, we have to apply this formula, amount 1 minus amount 2 divided by amount 1 into time 2 minus amount 2 into time 1 into 100%. This is the second formula. So copy it down, guys. Now we will be going to write the third formula, because these 3 formula is there in the simple interest. Third formula is, if in the given question, same, we have a 2 principal and we have a 2 rate of interest. Okay, if you have a 2 principal P1, P2, and if you have a 2 rate of interest. Okay, so that time, how to find the rate of interest? See guys, second formula is what? Second formula is, if we have a 2 amount, and we have a 2 time period. We have a 2 amount, we have a 2 time period. So for finding the rate of interest, that formula. Here, in the third one, the formula number third, what is given? If in the question we have a 2 principal, and 2 rate of interest. if we have a two principal and two rate of interest in given in the question, then for finding the rate of interest we are going to apply this formula. Principal 1 into R1 minus plus principal 2 into R2 divided by principal 1 plus principal 2. Okay, so guys, just once, okay, fine. I hope everyone has written that. This is the formula for simple interest. Now guys, I will write you the formula for compound interest. Then after that, next video we will solve the 30-35 sums. In one video only not we will solve the 30-35 sums. One video we will solve 10-15 sums. Like 10 sums we will solve. 10 sums one video, then 10 sums, then 10 sums, then 10 sums. Like that we will make 3-4 videos for the simple interest and compound interest. Okay. 3-4 videos of only problems, sums. Guys, just I don't know what I have, like second formula number second, just match it what I have written is same or not. For rate of interest is A1 minus A2 divided by A1 T2 minus A2 T1 into 100%. Just check it out whether I have written this or not. This is the correct. If I have written this only means it is the correct formula. Okay. Now this is we have to use for the simple interest. Now we will go for a compound interest. Now we will write the formula for compound interest. Okay. So we have seen the interest. In interest, make like this only, guys. Right here interest. Make like this: simple interest, compound interest. Simple interest you can write each and every year principal remains same. In compound interest side you will write each and every year the principal keep on changing. Then after that, next topic you will make simple interest and then write the all the three formula. See guys, for writing that first formula it will be same. Simple interest formula equals P into R into T by 100. That is the formula. But for writing the second simple interest second formula, what you have to write? If in the given question we have a two amount and two time period is given, that you have to write. Then you write the formula for second, formula number second. What you will write for the formula number second? If in the question two amount is given and two time period is given, then rate of interest R equals that formula for second one. Then for third one what we will write? Same thing. If in the given question two time period is given and two rate of interest is given, two time period is given and two rate of interest is given, then rate of interest is same, right? So wherever you are writing the two time period is given, so you will write P1 and P2. So two principal is given, so P1 and P2. Two rate of interest is given, so R1 and R2, like that. So second one, two amount is given, A1 and A2, two what amount, and then two time period is given, so T1 and T2, like that you will write, so you won't get confusion. Okay. Now next heading, give like this and write the compound interest. Okay. Now next heading, give the compound interest. Now we will write the formula for compound interest. If anyone having the doubt in how to write the statement for the simple interest formula number 2 and formula number 3, you can comment me. I will write it over there. Okay. As I have already told you, you can write it there like that. Okay. If in the given question two amount is given, A1 and A2, and two time period is given, T1 and T2. Then rate of interest is for second number. Third number you write in the given question, if two principal is given, P1 and P2, if two rate of interest is given, R1 and R2, then rate of interest R equals, like that. This you can write. Okay. We will do the 40 questions. We'll solve 40 questions over this. Yeah, definitely we'll solve this. We'll solve the 40 questions over this. Okay, so this is the first video of simple interest and compound interest, the whole concept plus formula. Okay, and this is the one video. Another 4 video I will make. Okay, another 4 video I will make, and in that each video consists of 10 questions. First video 10 questions, second video 10 questions, third video 10 questions, fourth video 10 questions. So 10 for the 40 questions. In that 40 question consists of simple interest and compound interest, both it will include. Okay, that 40 questions, 10 questions in each video. So 4 videos, 40 questions include all simple interest and compound interest. Okay, so if you will do that 40 questions, you will be mastered in simple interest and compound interest. Okay, that 40 questions is very important. That 40 questions we will go from a little basic then advanced level. We won't like give more time in basic. Few sums we will do on basic, then we will go directly on advanced. So in 40 sums it include all simple interest and compound interest. Okay, so here just write this formula and understand the concept very easily. Okay, then easily you can able to solve the sums. Okay, and I have told you this. Fine. So compound interest meaning, as I've already told you the compound interest meaning. Okay. Now see here, the one thing just you have to keep in your mind is, for the compound interest, see the simple interest principal is denoted by P, rate of interest is denoted by R. Okay, interest is denoted by I, amount is denoted by A. In simple interest, time is denoted by T, but in compound interest, time is denoted by small n. Okay, small n is nothing but the time period in compound interest. Okay, guys, keep in your mind this thing, very important. All thing will remain same as compared to simple interest, but in simple interest for the time period we was taking T, but here in a compound interest for time period we will take n. Okay, this will take n as a time period. Now see here, the formula will remain same, amount equals principal plus interest. Everywhere the formula will remain same. Now guys, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 formulas. 5 formula is there for compound interest. Yes, 5 formula. Now guys, understand this formula, very important. The first formula, see guys, this is a compound interest. Compound interest means the principal is keep on changing. So according to that we have a different time. Okay, compound interest means the first condition is when interest is compounded annually. When interest is compounded annually. Guys, see in the question it is given. This is a very easy. This all 5 what the formula we have a compound interest with, very easy. In the question itself they had given. Means in the question itself they will give. It's compounded annually or compounded quarterly, compounded half yearly. Like that they will give in the question. So no need of applying so much brain. In the question itself they will give interest is compounded annually. So guys, see when it is given that compounded annually, this you have to focus. So I have underline also compounded annually, this you have to focus. Compounded annually. So guys, see here, in simple interest we are finding first is p into 1 into t by 100, that is simple interest formula. The formula number 2 and formula number 3, what we are finding? Very good, we are finding the rate of interest r in the formula number 2 and same the rate of interest r in formula number 3. So here guys, what we are finding by using this formula is we will find the amount. In compound interest, by using simple interest, by using the first formula we will find the simple interest, second formula we will find the rate of interest, and the third formula also we will find the rate of interest in simple interest. But for compound interest, by using all the 5 formula, we are going to find just is amount. By using all the 5 formula, we are going to find here is only amount A. So this is very important. Compounded annually. So amount is principal into 1 plus r by 100 power n. So principal into this guy, this is separate, 1 plus this is r by 100 n. N is what? N is the time period. First, when time is compounded annually. Second, sorry, when interest is compounded annually. Second, when interest is compounded, half yearly. When interest is compounded half yearly. Guys, please, no one don't try to leave this chapter. Simple interest, compound interest and annuity. Okay. See here, what is the thing here? Compounded annually. Read the question and find out this. Compounded annually. Okay, they are given compounded annually. Apply this formula and find the amount. Here we are finding the amount, guys. Keep in your mind, here we are finding the amount. Here we are not finding the interest. Here we are finding the amount. Okay. So, when interest is compounded annually, the amount is this. When interest is compounded half yearly, then amount equals principal P into 1 plus, see this is separate, okay, 1 plus r by 2 divided by 100. This is why by 2, because half year, half means divided into 2 parts. So r by 2 power 2n. Okay. This is for what? When interest is, this is for what? Compounded half yearly. This is compounded annually, compounded half yearly. So compounded half yearly means you are dividing into half. Half means 2 parts. So that's why r divided by 2 and 2n. Compounded annually means 1 year. Annually means what? Yearly. So it is 1 only. Compounded half yearly means it is divided into 2 parts. So divided by 2 into 2. Okay, this is a like trick to remember the formula. So remember this, guys, compounded annually, compounded half yearly. So this you have to write, everyone. This you have to write, the first formula, the second formula. Everyone you have to write. Okay. Now we'll move on for third one. Next, third one is when interest is compounded quarterly. Quarterly means 4. When interest is compounded, quarterly. Guys, compounded, we have seen the compounded annually. Annually means every year, per year. Compounded annually, compounded half yearly, compounded quarterly. Quarterly means 4 times. So 4 times means amount equals principal into 1 plus r by 4 divided by 100 power 4n. Okay, see, that was compounded half yearly. Half yearly means 2 times. So r by 2 power 2n. This is compounded quarterly. Quarterly means 4 times. So r by 4 power 4n. Formula number 1, 2, 3 over formula number 4. Formula number 4, guys, when interest is compounded annually. When interest is compounded annually. You guys remember this concept while doing the sum. That time I will say you, then you will easily understand. When interest is compounded annually but time is in fraction. Time is in fraction. Fraction means which type of fraction? This time is in fraction, then write like this: A B by C. What is this fraction? Very good, mixed fraction. Okay, we'll write it a little big. A B by C. Time is in fraction. Guys, this what is the condition? Condition is, first condition, it is given compounded annually. First condition is what? It is given compounded annually. Next condition is what? Time is in fraction. Time is in fraction. You will get the time like this. Suppose 2, 1 by 3. So what is this? This time is in fraction. So this is A, B, C. A, B by C. A, B, C. Okay, when it is compounded annually and time is in fraction. A, B by C. Mixed fraction. Okay, when time is given in fraction. So which fraction is this? This is the mixed fraction. Okay, like this, as I have given the example, like that you will get. Then the formula is, for finding the amount, equals P, amount equals P into 1 plus R by 100. See guys, just this by is here. This is 1 is separate. Don't make this 1 plus R by 100. Okay. 1 plus R by 100 is separate. Power A into 1 plus B by C into R by 100. Okay, A will come here, the power A. This A will come here to the power. B by C will come here. Okay, this is the formula for fourth one. Copy it down. Now you write the fifth one, the last formula. Guys, remember the formula. So in one video, this is a lengthy video. I know it is more than 1 hour. So just keep on watching this video, because guys, never ever skip this chapter, simple interest, compound interest and annuity, because I am going to do in a very simple way, so you can understand. And as I have told you, 40 sums we are going to do in this chapter, so you can easily understand the concept. 40 sums you will do, it will be easily understandable. Now the fifth one is when rates. Rates means, guys, this rate of interest. When rates are different, for different years. When rates are different for different years. Means, suppose they had given R1%, R2%, R3%. Okay, for first, second and third year. Okay, guys, here what? When rates are different for different years, means we can see this is R1, rate of interest 1 for first year. Okay, rate of interest 1 for first year, rate of interest 2 R%, rate of interest 2 for second year, rate of interest 3 for third year. Means each and every year we have a different rate of interest. So that only when rate are different for different years. Means suppose we have a rate of interest of 2%, 5%, 9%. We have a rate of interest of 2%, 5%, 9% for first year, second year, third year. Means we have a 3 rate of interest for 3 time period. Means same different rate of interest for different time or different years. So here we will write the amount equals P. So for first we will write 1 plus R1 by 100. For second into 1 plus R2 by 100 into third 1 plus R3 by 100. Okay, this is the formula. So guys, if suppose it is 4 R1, R2, R3, R4 for 4 different year, then it will become 1 plus R4 by 100, 1 plus R5 by 100, like that. Okay, so this is very important. So when rates are different for different years, so different rate of interest they are given for different years. So this is the formula. And guys, see, don't miss the formula like this. 1 plus R1 by 100. Never do like this. The whole concept, the whole value will get changed. So what you have to find? R1 by 100, then plus 1. R2 by 100, what you are getting with the help of your calculator, then plus 1. Like that you have to make. Okay. So like this is, yeah, almost it is more than 1 hour. Okay. So this is a lengthy, but in this I have covered all the concept of simple interest and compound interest in one chapter over. Now the next the concept and the whatever the tricks is there, I had given it. Okay. Now the next video, as I have told you, the next another 4 video means each video consists of 10 questions. So 4 video I am going to do the 40 questions of this simple interest and compound interest. Starting we will do a few sums, the easiest sums, then we will go for a higher level. Okay, small beginning level to advanced level we will go. Now the thing is, in this, whatever the different calculator tricks will be, we are going to use, I will tell you the calculator tricks also. In this, whatever the different calculator tricks are going to use, I will tell you that all calculator tricks also. Okay. So guys, keep on watching my videos and keep on learning from my videos. And please, if you are watching this video, I have a request. Please do a like. And in the comment box, just do thumbs up, or if any feedback is there, you can give. Okay, so because once you will see the video, don't share the video. Sharing and subscribing is depend upon you. If you want, you can share with your friends. If you want, you can subscribe. Okay, but the thing is, whenever you will watch the video, do thumbs up. Do thumbs up. So I will understand, oh, these many students have understand. So you did the thumbs up. Okay, like button, press the like button. And in the comment box, please write whether you have understand or not. Guys, don't miss this chapter of simple interest, compound interest, annuity. 12 marks or 14 marks. This is going to be very, very effective. Okay. So whatever I will be doing the 40 sums and whatever I will teaching the concept, that much is enough for you to score a very, very good marks in this chapter. Same for annuity also. Whatever the concept I will teach there and whatever the sums and the problems I will do in annuity, you will do that much only. That much is enough you to make your concept clear in this chapter, and it is easy of scoring a marks. So still you have the time. Like this is the 7th of November. So I will be uploading the video. I will give priority for this. I will be uploading the video. So before 14th of Feb, before 14th of December, easily I will upload this in this month only. Okay, this chapter in this month only. So that's why you can prepare well with this chapter. This is a 12 marks or 14 marks. Easily you can score a 10 marks. That is a great advantage. 10 marks here 18 marks in logical reasoning, 27 marks here only. Okay, then you have a ratio proportion. In stats easily you can score a 15 marks. 27 plus 42, there only you will get pass. In the stat logical reasoning, sorry, this other chapter, ratio proportion, indices, equations, linear inequalities, there easily you can score a 50 plus. Don't miss this chapter, guys. It is a lengthy video, I know, but keep on watching and keep on enjoying. And now don't enjoy, your examination is near, means in study you keep on enjoying. So okay guys, thank you, take care.